Everybody's microphone on? Yes, you need them.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the September edition of the Clausen DDA Fun and Games for Everyone. I call this meeting to order at 8:02 on Wednesday, the 15th of September. Let's see, we are missing. Christina's here. We're missing Rafael.
Sarah and
Sarah.
Reese.
And who?
Reese.
And Reese.
We heard from,
Reese is out of town, Rafael is not feeling well, and Sarah is not yet vaccinated. So she doesn't feel comfortable coming. May I have a move to approve the consent agenda?
I will make that move to approve the consent agenda.
Thank you, Bill. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? It's always a first time. How about a director report?
yes. Oh, phew, I just found it. Not a whole lot. No update on the Ace Development or Clausen Lofts. They're just continue moving through the construction process. Construction is continuing for Lucky Duck and Downtown Charlie's and Nuri Chicken. A full certificate of occupancy has been issued for Weiss Distilling now with the completion of the brick paver installation at the front of the building. On the Main Street end, Wanda Norman, who's with Rich and Associates, is continuing working on the parking study. We had a survey up for a couple weeks and had 400 responses. And the East 14-mile alley funding has been formally approved for the project by council. Hartwell is ordering the trench drain and will install it in a few weeks. And installation of the bricks and arch will follow. Construction continues. Yay, yeah, isn't that the truth? New silhouette art figures have been delivered and will be, and they're at DPW now, along with our arch. And DPW will schedule installation when they can. They use the Vector Jet to make the holes to install the posts. And right now it's out for repairs, so they'll schedule it when they can. On the building and planning and Elliott Street apartment complex on North Rochester Road, construction continues, no new report. And we expect site plan submittal this week for the new development at 516 North Main. And that is it
Questions?
for me.
Thank you. How about a city manager report?
Nothing more to add than what Joan just covered. Thank you.
Terrific. Okay, design committee.
I sent around the social district logo options, just so we had some more voices than are currently on the design committee, I think. And I don't know, do we want to vote on that today? Is that something?
I think we
I
should.
think we should.
Yeah.
We've heard from a couple people, they were sent out by email this week. I think the most votes I've seen have been for 2 and 5.
I'm a strong proponent of 5. I prefer it without the cocktail glasses. I mean, I understand that that's the basic thing, but I think it looks cleaner and it makes it look more like just sort of an inclusive party.
It's really gonna have to kind of be a round sticker that we're gonna apply to glasses too, so it makes it a little,
I also recommend the round sticker versus a rectangle because you can get a round sticker on a little bit crooked and it's not going to matter.
right.
So for application purposes, a badge is better than the other ones.
It's really visible.
So I move that we accept number 5.
I second that.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Excellent.
No.
What else? Nice job, Val.
Good job.
Yeah.
Looks nice, Valerie.
Good job.
All 5 of them look good.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I think that's it on design committee.
It's a lot. Do we have anything on the organization committee?
No.
Promotion.
Well, I can just say cinema had a successful showing. Everybody seemed real happy with the movie, and that's always nice. And we had beautiful weather, so it was just a really nice day. planning has begun for the October events. I've got business owners, restaurant owners and workers that are volunteering to help with the pumpkin crawl. So that's really nice to take some of that planning off of us. I sent around the playbook that we've used in 2019 so they get an idea of what we're doing. And then Val and I have been looking at an online option for running the scavenger hunt. Did you have anything to add about that online, the district's option, Val?
Only that I think it's an interesting option because once you build the platform, it's relatively low cost to run more than just that event. So it's something that we could kind of spread out and do, something in spring or summer. If I understood the invoice correctly, but I'm interested in seeing the test run.
Yeah. Everything's done on the phone. They can accept. For the scavenger hunt, we have people send us videos if they have to do an activity, and that can all be done in this app. The video, the trivia games, it tells you that what site they were in, so you know that everybody went to. We request they go to 5 places in order to qualify for the prizes. So I think it appears.
Definitely cut down on all that time we spend checking those little booklets at the end of the
Yeah,
month.
yeah. I think we've had really good success with the pub crawl, doing it as a scavenger hunt with games. We might want to look at ways to cut down the times. The registration takes a while and it gets a little crazy. We might want to consider going with strictly pre-registration.
I think we should just make that decision you must pre-register. If there's any contact tracing or any of that kind of stuff, we'll have a list of who's there, should we have any problems later. And it will make everything so much more simple, and it'll keep everybody from crowding around the registration desk.
Right,
So
yeah.
that has my vote totally.
So I think those are the two. If there's any complaints, it's that takes a little while, and the second thing is checkout takes so long because we're scoring everything. So if we can do that online, and there is a cost to that platform, but it's for a year, and like Val says, if we can use it for other events. But I think that the pub crawl, if we have the numbers we normally do, would pay for that fee, so we'd be good. So we're going to look at they're doing a,
Do you know what the fee is?
Val, do you remember? Was it,
The setup fee was around $1,000, and there was maybe some smaller, like another couple hundred, I would say.
it was, on this one, I think it was also a per location. But what the $1,000 was if you went to 5 sites. We've got like
Right.
8, so it was $200 per site.
Right. They had 2 different platforms, and one of them had included 10 for $1,000, and the other was 200 per site. So I wasn't entirely clear on what the difference between the two.
I think the hunt
Platforms
was 200 per site, and the other one was like their story walk.
Right, it had
Thing.
stories and scavenger hunt, but then I thought, well, why would you get more for less? So,
Yeah, I think there were more activities involved in the scavenger hunt than
Okay.
in the
So it had, like, more
story
options.
walk kind of thing. So it seemed like that was like an online version of the story walk we just did with the library,
Mm-hmm.
only we wouldn't have to go around taping things up in the windows to read the book. They're gonna do a demo for us, and we'll watch it and see what we think, and if we can cover the costs with the event so that we come out cash positive, and that will eliminate that waiting at the end that gets so, people get a little anxious at the end, want to know who won the prizes, and, get going and we can get rid of that congestion. So that was
Possibly
it.
with a tool like that, we'll just find new ways to use it once we have it.
Right,
right.
yeah, that's what Val's saying, we could do an Easter egg hunt, we could do some other things, so I think
Maybe we could
if
look
it is what it's cracked up to be, what they say it is, then it seems worth,
It seemed like it was a well-known company for these types of events, but I think there'd be a learning curve too to, writing the questions into the program versus,
Maybe there's a way to reorganize the Halloween party using it,
Yeah.
because we're a little concerned about all the kids running around through the streets. Although it's trick or treasure is what I'm talking about.
Right.
I'm still sitting on our wine cellar has a ton of candy in it.
Is everybody, and I guess that was the other question about October events, is everybody comfortable with trick-or-treating, with all the controversy, kids not being vaccinated, whatever?
I would let my child go if it had a mask on the bottom part.
Can we require that to occur?
Yeah, I think that's where you run into protests.
We can
Certainly
absolutely
could strongly
require it. We can
recommend.
tell them masks required, and if they don't require them, they just don't do it.
Right.
I think probably every parent's gonna make that decision for themselves.
But we still, as a body, I believe, should say, please wear a mask.
Oh, please, yeah, we can write, please wear a mask and.
As a
yeah.
recommendation.
I don't
Yeah.
want to be in a position of telling some kid whose parents are stupid that he can't have any candy,
Absolutely.
Well,
right.
that's.
because I
never-
might mention that part
It's a
too.
public space and it's hard to actually enforce.
Yeah,
I think that
but
we
I
should
see no
definitely
reason that our
recommend-
board should not stand behind that mask protocol.
So a recommendation, not a requirement.
Yeah,
Highly encouraged.
and we can recommend that if businesses have the staff to put something outside rather than have them come in, crowding through the door, or I guess that's gonna be up to the business, how they feel.
And we might send a reminder to the businesses. We are now fully masked in both businesses all the time. But we may send a suggestion that since the little children are coming, they may want to make sure that whoever is handing out the candy is masked.
Right.
Mask, gloved, hazmat, all good.
Yeah.
What's the date on that?
It is, well, that's a good question, let me look. It's the Saturday before Halloween, so
That's
Does that make it the 30th,
it would be the 30th.
which is actually Halloween weekend?
Nice.
Yeah.
It's a nice bonus, yeah.
Yeah, Saturday the 30th.
Times on that typically?
Typically, the trick-or-treating, noon to 3.
I think that's what it was.
Okay.
And I just, to go back to cinema, everybody had offered to help pay for it, and so far I have gotten $700, so we are 700 shy of our goal.
Today, Joan, I promise.
I know, I included that, and if anybody wants an invoice for the sponsorship, let me know. I know I have a couple of them that I need to do.
How much is it, Joan?
It is whatever you choose to donate.
Okay. One more thing.
The cinema itself is $1,400, the screen.
Oh, okay. What did you call the program, the online
Oh, it's called Districts.
district? Okay. Is it something too, the sustainability committee was talking, there's a gentleman there that was talking about counting trees in the city. Is that something that could possibly at some point where, be something where you went online and maybe that would be another way to help offset the costs of signing up for that program?
We can look at it. I think Giffords was gonna supply something, but I'm not sure, but check it out.
It was kind of like an event where it's like you went to a park and then maybe the
Right,
kids,
yeah.
everybody, tried to learn and count.
We can look at that. That'd be great. You're right, that might help.
Yeah, it seems somewhat open-ended.
Yeah.
Like, once you have the platform, you can design around.
That's the direction it's going, so. And it keeps, the people safer too, where you're not having all that registration cluster. Okay.
On the business committee, the only thing, we have our application in for the social district, and there are no updates. Haven't heard anything yet.
Okay. Let's discuss October events, except I think we just did.
I think we just did.
Do we have any old or unfinished business floating about?
Well, I'd just like to say something regarding the DTE issue,
Oh, yes.
specifically on the southeast quadrant. Seems to be an ongoing issue. Lots of irritated business owners. Power keeps failing, the
Right.
latest, the brownout. It's an ongoing event, and it doesn't seem to be getting any better.
Right, I actually do have something on that. I have been, we had a Zoom meeting with DTE last year to talk about why Clausen seemed to have so many outages, and they went through the whole grid and what happens and how it starts and where it trickles down this way. I have been talking to them, started last week when we had our last power outage, and asked to have another Zoom meeting. And I talked to her yesterday, the rep, the county rep for DTE. And the engineers are evaluating what happened in the last few power outages, and so that they have more information to give business owners. So I'm supposed to talk to her the first of the week, and they should be ready to have another Zoom meeting, and I'll send out the notice to everybody. And there are a lot of people very angry. It's been 4 in a month.
Yeah,
So,
not only do they have the power outages to deal with, when this comes back on, or it flickers, or there's a power surge, they end up losing equipment,
right,
and that's quite costly. And,
Yep.
We lost our whole wine cellar in one of them.
Yeah, it's not good at all.
right.
Excuses are like elbows and something. And we get a lot of excuses, but there's nothing seemingly getting accomplished.
I know, the equipment, well, not only the loss of business, because you can't have customers in and you're closed, but the equipment is big, and they just sent everybody, I know I got one $25 credit on my bill. $25
They do.
doesn't cut it when your HVAC went out, or your new LED lights are all gone because of the brownout, and yeah, I think this will be a well-attended Zoom meeting.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be. It's a constant problem, and the problem hasn't changed, so I would have thought years have gone by, they would have focused on the issue and fixed it.
Yeah, especially
And it's not
that
happening.
southeast corner. It's bad.
Monday, there's a meeting with DTE managers from the county.
Right.
And local officials as well. So that'll be at the council meeting on the 21st. I'm going to have an update on what is said during that meeting that's happening on the 20th. Doesn't fix the issue, but we'll see what they have to say. And yeah, Joan is working hard trying to get the Zoom meeting and connecting with the businesses to get some input. So we'll see
Yeah.
where that goes.
Maybe we invite Dana Nessel to the Zoom meeting. The attorney, is she the Attorney General for the state of Michigan?
Yeah,
She's
Could
had
you
a
speak a
lot-
little closer to your microphone?
or turn it on. I don't know if it's
Or turn
not
it on?
I know.
It's,
Dana Nessel, ooh.
That was good.
Dana Nessel's been in the news quite a bit, trying to make DTE and consumers be more accountable for why our stuff is so expensive compared to other states, and why the service just keeps getting crappier. And just to maybe help us out more, to
Yeah.
add a level of profile to,
Okay.
the Zoom meeting.
Okay.
'Cause she
I know
may be
some
on
of the
our-
business owners have reached out to her
Yeah.
with their concerns and complaints, because so, yeah, I can certainly do that. So this the county meeting, that one on, is it Monday, is to talk about DTE countywide and things, and this other one, this Zoom meeting will be definitely focused.
correct.
What's happening in Clausen and why? And what they're gonna do about it. I know she said, well, we're out trimming trees now. That'll be this week, but, And.
Maybe we change our logo to the little city with the dark spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe just take one of those corners on our logo and just sort of dim that one out, because that seems to be the norm.
Well, there's power this morning after the rain yesterday, so.
Good.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure you and all the other businesses were holding their breath for a while.
I stopped and checked before I got here, just to
Yeah.
make sure.
Okay, we have no public comment unless there's someone calling in something.
I have one more thing, Jill.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Rodents. We're having quite a lot of trouble with rodents in the front of my building. I don't know
Oh.
if you guys, the white containers, it's a pollinator garden, and I don't know, they've gotten much worse. And since the garden went up, in the front of my building.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so I don't know if there's a way maybe city could do a little inspecting around businesses just to make sure that.
Well, I'll
you know,
ask
areas-
Barb, she does code enforcement, Barb does that, she's pretty good about spotting
She knows her
where
way around a
rodents
rat.
are. She knows her way around a rat, yeah.
But it definitely gotten worse.
Yeah. Oh, and I do have one more thing to follow up on, and that is a question you brought up before, Christine, about the benches. And Troy Engel, our fire chief, is a scout leader, and he is working with an Eagle Scout who wants to make that his project.
Right.
That was the word I was looking for. And it'll probably be in the spring. So it is something that will go forward.
Nice.
Anybody else have anything? Well, thank you all for attending. Thank you for our on-time start. May I have a motion to adjourn?
I will motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
I would second that.
Thank you all, and I will see you in October.
Hasta la vista.